President Biden vows to fulfill the $3.5 trillion plan and public works bill despite delays.
And find out why your Facebook and WhatsApp may have been down and still not working today. This story and more next on Murrow News 8.
Studios on the campus of Washington State University. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Sydney Gardner.
And I'm Doyle D'Angelo. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
President Biden promises to pass a $3.5 trillion government overhaul plan. Biden met with House Democrats in a private meeting Friday. According to the New York Times, the president said both progressives and centralists could come to an agreement on an infrastructure bill and social spending climate change package, but indicated that it could take days or even weeks to reach this agreement. In the meantime, the president has put his own $1 trillion infrastructure bill on hold, telling Democrats that a vote on that bill must wait until Democrats pass his social policy and climate change package.
Currently, Instagram is back online as all issues have been fixed, but many people have and still are experiencing a worldwide outage today on popular apps Facebook and the WhatsApp. The outages started happening around 8:45 a.m. for both users and employees. The CTO at Facebook, Mike Schroepfer, tweeted out that the company is experiencing networking issues and are trying to debug and restore everything as fast as they can. This outage comes just a day after a whistleblower went public against Facebook, revealing internal documents.
The School of Hospitality Business Management here at WSU is searching for 300 participants for a pasta taste test survey. The study is examining local food preferences and the impact that COVID-19 has had on your food choices. The survey will take place tomorrow, October 5th, at the Black Cypress Restaurant in downtown Pullman from 3 to 5 p.m. If you want to take part, you can call the number on your screen to register. Participants will receive a $20 Black Cypress gift card. You must be 18 or older to participate. The annual 5K run for rabies was just announced today. Let's send it to our live reporter, Jacoby Wright, with more details.
Thanks, Sydney. The 5K run wheels has been set and scheduled, and here are 4 W's that you need to know for the event. The who. It is being hosted by the WSU Student American Veterinarian Medical Association. The what. What is this for? They are hoping to raise money to get rid of rabies by the year 2030. The when. It will be on Halloween Eve, October 30th. So beware of zombies and werewolves and vampires, because they're coming after you. It will start at 10 a.m. The where. It will start right here at Bastad Hall and proceed down Grimes Way. The donations and earnings will be going to the WSU Free Africa campaign. So I hope you're ready. And do you think you can outrun me? I don't think you can. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right. Today is the last day for WSU employees to start the COVID vaccine verification process and to request a medical or religious exemption. If an employee doesn't meet the deadline today, the university will start the process of separating from them. The ability for WSU employees to use unpaid and accrued leaves after the October 18th deadline is still being reviewed, whether or not they are in the process of becoming vaccinated.
Main Street Moscow turned into a little slice of Germany over the weekend. Murrow News 8 reporter Aspen Schumpert has the story.
A new tradition was created in the city of Moscow. The first annual Moskowberfest was this weekend. This community event featured food, drinks, and live entertainment, which was a way for people to experience German traditions. People dressed the theme while being able to enjoy a variety of beer, cider, and seltzers, as well as pretzels and German sausage. All the food and drinks were from local sponsors in the Moscow area.
The community packed Main Street tonight to celebrate Oktoberfest, where they got to experience live music, food, beer, and a bunch of games.
Bands were performing their live music in the center of the event. People got up to dance and celebrate. Group games were lined up on the side of the road.
Moscow just passed an entertainment district that runs up and down Main Street and up and down 6th Street, where you can bring family, friends, anybody, and hang out and have a good time. So we're right 7 weeks away from October and decided to do a Moskowberfest. And here we are.
Moscow City Council passed the new resolution last month, allowing open containers in the downtown entertainment district where the event was held. This allowed the public to walk around and enjoy the event with their drinks instead of being confined in a beer garden. Event organizers from Moscow, Chambers of Commerce, and Visitors Center have told the public to stay tuned for next year's Mosktoberfest date and that next year they hope to expand in vendors. Reporting in Pullman, I'm Aspen Shumpert with Murrow News 8.
The Whitman County Library Director has resigned after a year on the job. Kylie Fulmer submitted her resignation to the Board of the Rural Library System last month. A press release from the library didn't provide an explanation to why she resigned, but said the search for a new permanent library director will begin soon.
The Colfax Vehicle and Vessel Licensing is closed Tuesday and will move to a temporary location. The new leasing location will reopen Wednesday in a public service building just south of the courthouse. The relocation is due to the renovation of the Whitman County Courthouse, which is expected to be completed in the spring.
Smart Transit in Moscow will not run buses on Saturdays this winter. The Public Transit Board voted to temporarily suspend the Saturday bus service after the Moscow Farmers Market wraps up for the season at the end of this month. The agency said that a shortage of drivers and low ridership on Saturdays is the leading cause to suspending service. Smart Transit will be back in May of 2022.
Coming up, a second Idaho earthquake took place over the weekend. Find out where and why it happened.
And a Whitman County undersheriff who was charged with domestic violence pleads guilty to a lesser charge. More to come after the break. Central Idaho has experienced 2 earthquakes in the same area, just 2 weeks apart from each other. Both earthquakes are tied for the largest in Central Idaho for 2021, coming in at a 4.0 magnitude. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the earthquake on Saturday wasn't felt by many in the Boise area, unlike the one that occurred September 18th.
According to Pullman Radio, the former Whitman County undersheriff charged with felony domestic violence assault has pleaded guilty to a lesser charge. Ron Rockness pleaded guilty to 4th-degree misdemeanor domestic violence assault in Whitman County Superior Court Friday. Rockness was placed on paid administrative leave after he broke a woman's finger during an argument in December of 2019. He was charged with the felony in January 2020 and replaced as the undersheriff in August of last year. And it was a pretty warm weekend on the Palouse, but will it continue this week? Let's find out with Isaiah Sharp.
Well, it looks as though that weather is going to continue on in today and tomorrow. Let's take a look at today's forecast. It's going to be a high of 74 with a low of 45, averaging at about 70 degrees. And tomorrow is going to be very similar. 77 degrees is the high and the low of 43. And most of the state felt the same way. Let's take a look at the Washington State map. A high of 74 and a low of 47 in Spokane. Let's head to the central part of the state. A high of 76 in the Tri-Cities with a low of 49, tons of sunshine there. A high of 73 with a low of 48 in Yakima as well. So tons of sunshine happening in the middle part of the state. Let's head over to the west side where I'm at in Olympia. Seattle is 60 degrees currently with a lot of clouds with a low of 50. And here in Olympia, Washington, 63 degrees with a low of 47. Nice and beautiful outside. But let's take a look at that 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, of course, going to be a high of 77 and a low of 43, but that's going to start to dip down on Wednesday. A high, I should say, of 55 with a low of 35. On Thursday, that's just going to continue. A high of 56 and a low of 33. And Friday is going to close it out as well in that nice fall range, 58 as the high and a low of 33. So yes, a warm week in the Palouse, but coming up, it's going to start feeling a little bit cooler. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for that weather. Coming up, find out how WSU football bounced back against Cal.
And WSU soccer stays perfect on the road. Jackson Scarum has your sports coming up next.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years,
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat,
Come on.
or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. It's never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Jack Scarum. I'm here with your sports for today. Looks like Jaden Delores' return led the Cougs to a win against California last Saturday. Delores passed 3 touchdowns, and 2 of them being thrown to Calvin Jackson Jr., who caught one of them one-handed in the corner of the end zone. Delores, feeling good about the game, said, in quote, "I knew I had to bring some energy and do my part." On top of a great victory for the Cougs, Brennan Jackson had been chosen to be the Pac-12 Defensive Lineman of the Week. In addition to the last football win, the Cougar soccer team won their game against Colorado 2-0 yesterday. In the first half of the game, it was 0-0, but the Cougs came online in the second half, breaking through Colorado's defense. Elise Bennett reclaimed her spot on the top of the scoring list for the Cougs with her 7th strike. Unfortunately, the Cougars' victory for the week came to an end. Cougar volleyball ending the score 2-3 against UCLA. Katie Ryan played as well as she could, leading with a season best of 19 kills. The Cougs fought hard, and each set was pretty close, but the Cougs ended up trading off wins against UCLA, but in the last set, UCLA took the game.
Were you wondering why there are a ton of little bugs flying around on your walk to class?
Stay tuned to find out more next on Murrow News 8. We're sure you've seen those little white bugs flying around campus, maybe even getting in your hair and your clothes. Well, they're called aphids, and they always show up around this time of year. They can get pretty annoying, but at least we have an excuse to wear our mask inside and outside now. Cover up, everyone. These friendly pests may be here for a while.
Thanks so much for watching.
Have a good night.